Yeah, good evening, class. Sharon ji there, Yasaswini, Vikram ji. Okay, so I hope last class we have seen that so many development in that. Are you okay? Three children, are you okay? Sharon, are you able to listen me?
Yes, sir, we can listen, sir.
Yeah. Get ready with the pen and running notes. Okay. So last class we have seen how in India we able to see so many development regarding post independent. After the independent, we have seen so many development. Number one, framing of the government, different type of challenges we have seen. Challenge number one, how to conduct election, what form of government we wanted to select. That was the main reason. We have selected the democratic form of government. Okay, democracy of the people, by the people, for the people. The problem of the democracy we have seen by the time our people were very less in the education. So how to conduct the election, that all we have seen. I gave one ratio also. 1:5 3. 1:3:5, which is also called as. So what is this one? One is one single party. Congress party, how it was ruled for 5 general elections. Okay. Then second one is three prime ministers we discussed. One is that Nehru ji. Next one is related to, yeah. One is Nehru
Lal
ji.
Bahadur Shastri.
Second one is the Lal Bahadur Shastri and Indira Gandhi. Nehru ji, we discussed already what are the two programs. One is related to home policy, another is the foreign policy. Every prime minister, they have two policies. One is a home policy. Home policy in the sense within the country what they are doing regarding India within the country, that is called as the home policy. And foreign policy means whatever they are doing in the relation with the other country. Nehru we discussed a little bit. Foreign policy more are there. Home policy, we saw that how 5-year plans were implemented, what are the steps taken for the development of the agriculture and the caste, removal of the caste system. That all we have seen that. Okay. And related to the foreign policy, what are the foreign policy? Yeah. Am I audible? Yeah, I hope so. One more join. Yeah. Sanmukha, yeah. Welcome and try to follow the class. Next, foreign policy, if you see, during the foreign policy, Nehru's relation with the neighbor countries. One is Pakistan, another is China. Okay. Along with that, one more important point I told you, non-alignment movement. Now, Gandhi. So non-alignment. Last class, little bit I explained. Also, I hope you remember that. What is this non-alignment? One of the major. After the end of, once again, let me just a few short answer. Let me see. After the World War II, the world divided into two groups. One was headed by the America, and another was headed by the Russia, right? So after that, England lost its power. Newly independent country, most of the Afro-Asian countries which were colonized by the Europeans, they got independent. And these Afro-Asian countries never wanted to join with American group or the Russian group. They wanted to join with the their own, and that initiative was taken by the Nehru, and he created one group that was called as a non-alignment. We will not align with the America and the Russia. That was his intention. Without aligning, without joining with America and Russia, intention was not opposing. Try to understand, children. We are not joining with the America and Russia. That doesn't mean that we are not. We are opposing to them. No. We are not opposing, but we are not following them also, because they were the military blocks. Military block means they started making of more and more weapons. NATO, next the Warsaw Pact. I hope you have remembered that. Even Vikramji can say a little bit about the NATO. Any idea, Vikramji? NATO. NATO.
Yes,
Any,
sir. Yes, sir.
once you
Hello.
say that, what is? Yeah. I am able to listen. Once you say
Yes,
what
sir.
is
It's
NATO?
North Atlantic Treaty Organization, sir. It is.
Yeah. What is
It is
its
founded by a
activity?
group of countries
Handle.
from the USA and these North Atlantic Ocean countries.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
these all are till now it is working, children. So America is headed by that. So main intention of the NATO is to create the weapons. America, Canada, France, England, next England, even Greece, Turkey, these all European country, most of the Afro-Asian, European country, they made. Intention was to increase the militarism. By following that, Russia also created another. And Russia also created, that was none other than Warsaw, at a place, country called Poland. They signed a treaty called Warsaw. So they became military, and we newly got independent. Again, we don't want to be the militarism. We had so many challenges. We wanted to solve them. So with that intention, Nehru, along with such type of newly independent countries such as Egypt, Nazir, next be Yugoslavia, that is a Marcel Tito. Try to remember and write the name. Similarly, yeah, Sri Lanka, John Kotelawala, and most important, Indonesia. Dr. Sukarno, by the time Dr. Sukarno, and we signed that treaty. Initially, 23 countries, they signed in 1956 at Jakarta. Remember, very, very important, Jakarta, that is one important city in Indonesia. Indonesia capital is not Jakarta, okay. Indonesia, one of the city is Jakarta. There they signed the treaty, 23 initially, but later on, it became near about 56 countries, and world's one-third population became the member of this NAM. So that was the important contribution of. So we can say that this NAM, non-alignment movement, this is a brainchild of Nehruji, brainchild. It was a creation of Nehru. Until now, it is okay. Nowadays, if you'll see a little bit, its important decrease, the reason why it was decreased, we'll discuss later on. But that was the greatest contribution by Nehruji. Okay. So you understood that. Now, this is one of the important contribution of Nehruji after the Lal Bahadur Shastri visa. Lal Bahadur Shastri, I told you that SRC, how it was created, State Reorganization Committee, then the Hindi became a problem and that all. So last, during this 30 years, next prime minister we got, unfortunately, this Lal Bahadur Shastri, during the Lal Bahadur Shastri, we had one war, Indo-Pak War 1965. Okay, during that time, we were not prepared. We made one agreement, and Shastriji went to the Russia. Russia interfered in that in Pakistan. Bhutto, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and Shastriji, they went to the where Tashkent agreement, and that night Shastriji died. During Shastri's period, we able to see only three things that is related to State Reorganization Committee. Another one is related to the Hindi. Okay, Hindi became a major problem. Hindi, they wanted to make as the national language. Keep it in mind. Remember, in India so far there is no national language. Most of the time they are giving this question also, which is a national language in India. For your kind information, there is no national language in India. Hindi is not at all national language. It is one of the largest official language. Along with the Hindi, we made that English and local language. Three language system we implemented. Okay, I hope you understood this. And unfortunately, we lost Shastriji after the Tashkent agreement. On that night only he died, and after that, yeah, Indira Gandhi. During Indira Gandhi period, lot of problem we able to see. Little bit lengthy part of Indira Gandhi, 1965 to 1984. That entire period is under the control of Indira Gandhi. So many changes we able to see. Let us see. Let us highlight some of the important points. At a time you cannot remember, but gradually we'll go to the Indira Gandhi's period. First of all, when Indira Gandhi came, 1965, the condition of Congress was not that good. Already 4 times they won the election. People were little bit changing. Okay, educated people they came. Once upon a time, up to first 3 elections, they supported Congress. But we know that I told also in the class, we have multi-party system, not single party system. But till now, whatever we have seen only one party is dominant in India. So that's not a good sign. So that's why they wanted to bring some change. The fifth general election, for the first time, Indian National Congress able to get very less. Of course, it became a party government forming majority it got, but not that much of near about 287 around seats it secured, near to the just majority. And Indira Gandhi became the prime minister. During Indira Gandhi's period, we have so many problems. Problem number one, if you'll see, that is none other than formation of the some of the states. Okay, she created some of the states. Let us go from easy to difficult. During Indira Gandhi's period, if you'll see, 1969. Okay, please note down. Assam, they divided Assam. In Assam, a new state called Meghalaya was created. Please note down. Assam was divided, and Aditi ji, I hope just now you see. Yeah, these all are you might have covered, Aditi ji. Okay, remain there a little bit new. Please note down. 1969, Meghalaya. Sneha is not there. Okay. Sneha also a little bit query. She was very much interested on that. Anyhow, please note down, children. 1969, Meghalaya, Assam was divided into two parts. A new state created Meghalaya. Similarly, this Meghalaya at present, you know that, may I know what is the importance of Meghalaya? Yes, Swini? Meghalaya is having some importance.
Sir.
Yeah, yeah. Geography point of view.
Yes, sir. Recently, it's on the news also, sir.
Recently on news, but geographical point of view, what is the important?
Sir, it has the most amount of rainfall.
Yes, sir. Cherrapunji and Moussandram. These two places will get in the Khasi Hills of Meghalaya. Please note down, that is also important. Khasi Hills of Meghalaya. Okay, Khasi Hill, Jaintia Hill, Garo Hills. These are the hill areas in Meghalaya, which is prominent, more important for getting a high amount of rainfall. Okay, Cherrapunji and Moussandram. There are two places we are getting in. So that state was created 1969, separating from Assam. Number one. Number two, Punjab, despite being the formed in 1966, please note down, Punjab was created in 1966, but it didn't have any its own capital. So that was also one of the problems. So they wanted a separate new capital for even Punjab, and Chandigarh is till now that problem is there, that a single capital for both the state. That was one problem they raised during Indira Gandhi's period. Another problem was none other than during Indira Gandhi's period, 1968 to 69, demonstration for Chandigarh, a separate common capital of Haryana and Punjab. Then in Maharashtra, there was a curious demand for Bombay for the Maharashtrians only, regional disparity. So they wanted only Maharashtra people should be there. Like that, some regional problems faced by Indira Gandhi, okay, during her initial stages. Major problem was during and to overcome all these, Indira Gandhi tactically used one sentiment word. Okay, let me go to little bit economic point of view. In India, please note down this is also. In India, 1949, we made the Indian industrial policy to improve Indian economic system, but we are unable to achieve that. As a result, 1950, we started that planning, economic planning, 5-year plan we started. And 5-year plan chairman is the sitting prime minister. Now, is it working? Anyone can say me, even Aditi ji, you are well good at a subject, you can say that, because Charan Yasaswini, I don't think they have that much of knowledge. Aditi ji, any idea about planning commission?
Yes, sir.
Is it working now, planning commission?
No, sir, not right.
It is changed into?
I don't have an idea about that, sir.
Yeah, very recent. Yeah, Vikram ji, any idea? Planning commission changed into? Vishnu ji, yeah, Vishnu ji also joined. Vishnu ji, Vikram ji, I hope you know that.
Niti Aayog, sir.
Niti Aayog, very good. Niti Aayog. So very recently, after completion of 5-year plans, 12 5-year plans we already completed, and BJP government during his first term changed that into Niti Aayog. Okay, so 4th 5-year plan. Okay, if economic you are not reading, one class I'll take for that economic planning also. So during the 4th 5-year plan, Indira Gandhi was the prime minister, and she was the chairman of the planning commission, and she declared one important point, the main objective, first 5-year plan, agriculture. Second 5-year plan, industry. Third 5-year plan, self-reliance. Fourth 5-year plan, Indira Gandhi was the chairman, and she declared that Garibi Hatao. Main intention, main objective of the fourth 5-year plan was Garibi Hatao, eradication of poverty. Very important. Several times during my competitive exams also, I faced it several times this question: who gave the slogan of Garibi Hatao, or which 5-year plan, who was the prime minister, like that. Related to this Garibi Hatao, once upon a time, more questions we used to get. I hope you can remember that. Okay, fourth 5-year plan, Indira Gandhi. As a result, people once again they try to attract towards the Indira Gandhi. Okay, Garibi Hatao. He met with the poor people, visited to the villages to interact with the. So one type of political motivations they able to bring back the lost glory of Indian National Congress after the fourth election, fifth term election, 1971. So with that population, midterm elections she conducted. She suspended the fourth election in the middle. And actually, the fifth general election, we should start 1972. But Indira Gandhi, based upon her popularity, she suspended that and started the fifth general election, 1971, midterm election. Became marginal power she got and became the prime minister. But try to remember, during this time, the Allahabad court raised some question for the Indira Gandhi's. Okay, because I had during election some of the malpractice and all this. Due to that, Allahabad court, then she gave some sort of Allahabad court. Indira Gandhi was unseated from the Lok Sabha for violating some of the provisions of the Representation of the People Act during 1971 election. Please try to remember that 1971 election, during that fifth general election, she was commented or given some sort of punishment by the Allahabad court. Then Indira Gandhi was not happy with the decision of the Allahabad court. By hook or crook, she wanted to remain. A few days later, with the BJP movement, there was another person called JP Narayan. Okay, one of the strong leader he was. He also opposed Indira Gandhi. So by this all point of view, 1975, Indira Gandhi declared one important thing that is called as a national state of emergency. Please try to remember this word, state of emergency. Along with that, we will go to the state of emergency. These are the little bit Charan, next is Sanmukha, and Yasaswini, little bit new word for you people, but try to remember what is that state of emergency. You please note down. I will clarify in on course of time. But now let us see, still along with that all, what are major other problems faced by Indira Gandhi. So during her rule in 1973-74, during the 1973-74, there was a Arab-Israel war, Gulf War, we can say. Due to the Gulf War in India, there was a impact of the Gulf War. Due to that, what happened? Petrol price became high, unemployment situation. That was also one of the negative impact on Indira Gandhi's. Okay, she unable to maintain her dignity during that time. Due to all these problems to overcome from, one is the Allahabad court decision, second one is internal problems, and there was a crisis also. Some of the prominent leaders, senior leaders, they were not happy with Indira Gandhi. They opposed Indira Gandhi's policy, and she removed some of the prominent leaders. They created another Congress. Congress was divided: Indira Gandhi Congress I, Congress O, others. Congress O, Congress others, Congress Indira, like that. So many problems they face. To overcome all these problems, 1975, please note down. In 1975, Indira Gandhi implemented the state of emergency. So now question is, what is the state of emergency? Any idea, Vikramji or Vishnuji, state of emergency? On what situation or what condition we can declare the state of emergency?
Sir, some prime minister has died or something in that case. And in the financial emergency.
Yeah, that
or,
is
or internal
yeah.
disturbances during the military revolt or something.
Yeah, very good.
Sir,
very
Article
good.
320, sorry, 352, 356, 360, I guess.
Very good, excellent. President rule. That is
Yes, sir.
352 president rule directly. Yeah,
356 is
very
President
good.
rule, I think, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Good, good, good. Okay, children. This is what emergency. State of emergency means we can declare. India only one time so far we saw that one. That is particularly during this Indira Gandhi's period. What is and why we are declaring the state of emergency? During the state of emergency, first of all, you try to remember all the state government, elected state governments are suspended. Number one, all the elected state governments are suspended. Means they are suspending. Suppose for present Andhra, yeah, Jagan Mohan Reddy government is elected one, but their government will suspend, and governor is the head of the state whenever it will be declared as an emergency. Like that, all the 28 states, they will suspend the state government. Governor will be the head, and in the center, all the power will go to the president's hand. So that is the state of emergency political. Then why there is a need for declaration of state of emergency? Basically, in India, according to Indian Constitution, Indian political condition, we are declaring state of emergency only three conditions. Condition number one, internal crisis, civil war. If such a military and civil war is there, that is one issue. Second one is a huge economic crisis. If there is an economic crisis, in that condition, we can declare the state of emergency. Third one is if any external war, in that, especially these conditions, we are going to declare. But here, you see, when Indira Gandhi came to the power, these are all three situations. There was no single situation is responsible. Still, Indira Gandhi declared the what state of emergency. Charan, can you say what are the three conditions we can declare the state emergency? Did you note down? Charan,
Sir, can you tell again?
can you say me on what condition we can declare the state of emergency? Do you have any idea?
Sir, in that topic of my network system, can you tell again, sir?
You are out of sight, some disturbance we are getting from you. Okay, Charan is an yes, Swini, did you note down? Can you say what are the conditions for declaration of state of emergency? Yes, Swini, don't waste time. Even no, they are not responding. Yeah. Okay. Vishnu Kumarji already told. Sanmukha, do you have any idea? Did you note down?
No, sir.
Note down. I told you, no, this point you have to write. Okay, running notes I told, that's why. So once again, all of you once listen. State of emergency. Better, let us go to Vikramji or Vishnuji. They, yeah, Aditi also, they can explain. First, any one of you out of three. Yeah, Vishnu Kumar, welcome. Fast, don't waste time, please.
Civil war, economic crisis, and external wars.
Yeah, one more.
Economic crisis.
War,
Internal
economic
war.
crisis. Yeah, these are the, I hope you understood, children. According to Indian situation, according to Indian constitution, state of emergency we can declare under these three conditions. One is severe economic crisis. If our money devaluation of the currency or any economic crisis, number one. Number two, civil war, internal war within the country, or war with the external war. In that condition only, we can declare the state of emergency. But unfortunately, when Indira Gandhi declared the state of emergency, so far, remember, in India, only that was the black days, or those are the black period when we face this state of emergency. Otherwise, till now, no more such type of state of emergency. Okay. Indira Gandhi declared the state of emergency. None of these situation was there. Neither there was economic crisis, nor there was internal any civil war, nor there was an external war, nothing. But then why see declared that a state of emergency? It was a question mark, bigger question mark. We are not going to discuss on that, later on we'll see. So anyhow, she declared that state of emergency. She provoked that there is some crisis are there, and political rivalry are there. Some cause she had shown by that time, and anyhow she declared. During that emergency, She made so many problems. First of all, to decorate that they live, they completely broke down the slum areas. Then the family planning, for family planning, forceful family planning, and this Indira Gandhi had another son, Sanjay Gandhi. And by the time that Sanjay Gandhi and Indira Gandhi, they completely took reverse, arresting arbitrary arrest of all the political leaders, such type of against to the political, against to the unconstitutional activity they did. Okay, such a type of one black mark we able to see during Indira Gandhi's period. And another, that is on the dark side. But along with the dark side, one of the greatest contribution going to Indira Gandhi. Okay, that is related to 10 minutes when we can complete that. Another important thing is related to formation of Bangladesh, foreign relation. Okay, what is this formation of Bangladesh? Please note down. We'll go to little bit history once again. During the history part explanation, I told you, when we got independent, the Mountbatten Plan provided independence to India. According to the Mountbatten Plan, may I get it? Any one of you, Vikramji or Aditiji or Vishnu Kumar, anyone can you say that division? Mountbatten Plan? Any one of you? Mountbatten Plan, please, without wasting time. Aditiji, you are absent, I think, during that time. Vikramji, any
I
idea?
don't remember exactly.
Okay, Vishnu Kumar?
Can you maybe explain?
About dominance, I think so, sir.
No. I want that Mountbatten Plan.
Ma'am?
Aditiji,
Sir?
Charan, Aditiji, are you telling?
Yes, sir. I wasn't there
Once.
to explain. Can
Yeah,
you
tell
explain
once.
in a brief?
Again, do you want that one?
Just in a brief, sir, like what exactly it is.
Okay. Once you remember, children, one time we discussed that when British provided the independent, Charan and Sanmukh and Yasaswini, once you note down the important points, okay, keywords, then only you can remember. It is not that easy. Chalo. 1945 in Britain, there was a changing in the power. Conservative Party, okay, Winston Churchill, he lost his power, and fresh elections were conducted in England. And the Labour Party, okay, Clement Attlee became the Prime Minister. Clement Attlee, when came to the power, he was pro-Indian. He was a little bit supported to Indians. And he was clearly mentioned that, yeah, we are going to give independence to India like that. With that motive, he sent, I'm going direct last, Mountbatten. The last viceroy of India was Mountbatten. And Mountbatten came to India. He came with a clear-cut plan of giving independence to India. How? During this Pakistan demand or the Muhammad Ali Jinnah or that Muslim League, they had a lot of demand. I told also in one class, Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, remember his name. Chaudhry Rahmat Ali, remember his name. He is a 1932, a student of Cambridge, Indian from Punjab, but he was studying in Cambridge by the time 1930s, he has coined the name Pakistan. PAK, P for Punjab, A for Afghanistan, Assam, K for Kashmir, Baluchistan, Sindh province, and all these Muslim dominated area he coined and he designed as a Pakistan. And by writing that, he distributed the pamphlet to the people. But by that time, no one believed that we are going to achieve that one. Simply they rejected by telling that daydream, one madman like that. But that was highlighted by who is that Muhammad Ali Jinnah. And Muhammad Ali Jinnah gave those points, and even Mountbatten also provided the same things. What are they? Our demand, I mean, for Punjab, Muhammad Ali Jinnah's demand was entire Punjab. No, they did not give entire Punjab. They divided Punjab into two parts. Please note down that. How did they divide Punjab? The Muslim dominated area. in the Punjab. They were kept in the Pakistan, number one. Afghanistan was given to them. Okay, by that time, then Baluchistan, Sindh province, Northwestern Frontier Province, which we are calling NFWPA, Northwestern Frontier Province. They're all Muslim dominated areas they were given. Leftover Kashmir. Please note down. Jammu and Kashmir they did not give. Instead of Jammu and Kashmir, they gave the East Bengal. I hope you know that what is East Bengal. East Bengal was by that time, Lord Curzon divided Bengal into two parts. One was the East Bengal, another is the West Bengal. West Bengal is now with us. East Bengal was Muslim dominated area. Instead of Jammu and Kashmir, they gave the East Bengal to Pakistan. Got it? That is how we got the independence, right? So now problem is what? When Indira Gandhi came to in power, these people, who are the people, they are none other than the East Bengal and the Pakistan. There was a little bit confusion. Try to note down. 5 minutes we can complete. 1970s. Most of the time in Pakistan, we know that what type of rule we know that. Any idea, Mr. Vikram Kumarji or Vishnu Kumarji? Pakistan most of the time.
Military rule.
Yes, sir, military rule. Okay, they declared themselves very good, very good. Yeah, they declared themselves democracy, but most of the time, the chief of the military, they used to arrest the prime minister, president. They used to rule that military, we can say, most of the time. Out of 70 years, near about 40 to 50 years, Pakistan faced the military rule. So after a long time of military rule, 1970, and at the time of Indira Gandhi's period, they conducted election. Okay, during that election, what happened? The mandate came different mandate. In the Western Pakistan, present Pakistan, that was Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. And here it is in the East Bengal. Unfortunately, that was none other than the, there is a People's Party, two type of party we able to get. Please note down. Pakistan, present Pakistan, we able to see Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Okay, whereas in Bengal, here it is in the East Bengal, East Pakistan, that went to another Mujibur Rahman. Please note down the name once again. I am telling. 1970, when we conducted the election in the Pakistan, in the Western Pakistan means present Pakistan. It was headed by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Note down his name. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Whereas in the East Pakistan, Mujibur Rahman. Please note down. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and Mujibur Rahman both are different political parties in Pakistan. And this Mujibur Rahman more popular in East Bengal. Okay. And this Zulfikar Ali Bhutto did not recognize to Mujibur Rahman. And even he arrested and kept in the jail, tried to even rule East Bengal. But East Bengal mandate was in favor of Mujibur Rahman. This was the condition. Got it? Charan Aditiji, did you get it? Can you say the condition? Yeah, Vikramji, any one of you. Please, only 2 minutes left over.
Sir,
Yeah, Vikramji, continue.
sir, no, sir.
Some disturbance we're getting. Yeah, Vishnu Kumarji, only 1 minute, few minutes left over. Vishnu Kumarji, any idea? Yeah, Vishnu Kumarji, continue. Okay, once again, I'm telling, once you listen, children, 1970, after a long instability in the political condition of Pakistan, around 1970, they conducted the election. By that time, Pakistan means present Western Pakistan and East Pakistan is the present Bangladesh. So they conducted the election. In that election, the mandate went to two different political parties. Western Pakistan, present Pakistan, it was headed by Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. Remember, write the names. And East Bengal was headed by Mujibur Rahman. And Zulfikar Ali Bhutto and Mujibur Rahman, they are different political parties. And Zulfikar Ali Bhutto did not recognize to Mujibur Rahman in East Bengal, which is present Bangladesh. And instead of that, he arrested us. And that made angry to the then Prime Minister of India, Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi formed one for organization called Mukti Wahini. She sent to East Pakistan to fight with the Mujibur Rahman's army. The war continued for near about 6 months, 1970, 71. 1972, they declared completely independent of this East Bengal and they gave a new name as the Bangladesh. So that was one of the crucial and most daring step of this Indira Gandhi. Okay, class. So this is what Indira Gandhi, little bit more points are there regarding Indira Gandhi. Okay, we read up to 1970, 1980, 84, her relation with the Punjab, her relation with the economic crisis, that all we have to continue. Okay. So once you go through these all are, once again you listen, that name's a little bit difficult. Try to carry on, recollect that Indira Gandhi's period. If any doubt, you can make a contact. Okay. Next one more class, I think you have. So try to remember what we continue. Indira Gandhi and her contribution regarding the economic crisis, contribution regarding the
Nationalization of banks, sir.
yeah, next one is related to the Bangladesh crisis. Okay, and her 5-year planning, Garibi Hatao. Okay, still only half we able to complete formation of Bangladesh, and still in 1982, 1984, 1972 to 1984, one more period we will discuss. Next class we will continue. Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. And